Two, one. This is Just Incredible, and I'm back with you. And on the phone, or actually via Skype, I have the legend, Kieran Lee from Brazzers. He's about done everything you can in the adult industry, and we are so happy to have you on board. Are you there, Kieran?
I surely am, Justin. How are you, mate?
Doing well, doing well. So, how is everything in your world?
It is incredibly busy as normal, but I like it that way. I think when I have any time off, I kind of get stuck in a lull and I never know what to do with myself. So I like the fact that I'm working every day and very, very busy.
Now, Kieran, you know, like I said, you've done everything a man can do in the adult industry. You've eaten more pussy and dicked more cunts and assholes than pretty much any other person at Brazzers. What's it like working for Brazzers?
It's great. I've been with Brazzers now 4.5 years, and they're the only company that I've actually worked for in America. Been with them, like I said, 4.5 years, and it's just like one big family.
Yes.
The company's based in Montreal, but everybody is like I said there, it's one huge big family, and that's strange for saying it's such a big organisation.
Well, and also I understand Brazzers is a pretty big party as well. They enjoy life.
Yeah, they surely do.
Well, that's excellent. Well, we got fans who want to know a little bit more about you, and we understand, and this is widely reported on the web as well, that you're originally from Derby, England,
Correct.
and you're a former football or soccer player.
We'll call it football. This is my argument with a lot of American people. We call it football in England, so I get so much grief in England if I call it soccer, so football.
Well, we actually refer to it as football, but we do have to mention it's soccer because some people, we call the odd-shaped ball here football.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, when I was younger, I played for Derby County in the youth teams, and then I went to a team called Burton Albion, and that was it. So I played at a really high level over in England. And then when I came over to America, obviously I'd signed my contract with Brazzers. And the first thing that I actually found that was a must for me was a football team over here. And I joined a team called Hollywood All-Stars, which is run by a few actors, one being Vinnie Jones,
right,
who was... Actually, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels or Snatch.
Yes, I have.
He was Bullet Tooth Tony in that. He was also the Juggernaut in X-Men 3. So he's a very good friend of mine. So that's the soccer team, football team.
He's a pretty good-sized guy, isn't he?
He's huge, yeah. I always looked at him on the TV and thought, God, I bet he's a big lad. But then when you actually meet him in person, he's a huge, he's a man mountain, the boy is.
So, since you've been working, in the adult industry, let us into what it was like before you were in the adult industry. How has life changed for you?
Well, for me, it changed quite dramatically. I started out in the industry probably about 8-9 years ago, which probably not a lot of people realise that. When I first came into the industry, I was contracted to a company called Kilogram in England, and I was working on the railway. I was a project manager for Network Rail, and my friends sent a picture of me into this website, and I thought it was a hoax. I didn't take it seriously until I actually showed up at the hotel, and there was a lady there and a guy with a camera, and that's where my adult career started. And so I was contracted to Kilogram for 3 years, and then I went freelance for about a year, and that's when I went around Europe and worked for the likes of Rocco Siffredi, Christoph Clark, Harmony Films, and then ended up in America by mistake. I ended up coming over for one of my best pals' wedding, actually, another fellow performer in Danny Mountain. and he got married to Angelina at the time, and I was best man at the wedding, and I kind of stumbled across Brazzers via them, really.
Wow. Well, so you took a wrong right turn and ended up coming over to America. Strictly by accident. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was it. I basically, what had happened was, I remember it clear as day. It was in November. I had shot 38 scenes that month, and I was like, right, December, I am having a month off. I'm just going to come over to America, come for the wedding, and just relax. But my thing is, I'd worked with a few American girls in England, and all the girls had said, hey, you've got a decent size cock on you. Brazzers would absolutely love to shoot that. And I actually turned it down at first. I said, no, I'm good. I turned them down twice. I said, no, I'm fine. I don't want to shoot. I'm just going to have a vacation. But then I kind of got bored. I was been at it for 3 weeks, and I kind of got bored. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll do 1 or 2 scenes. It's not going to hurt. And that was it. I ended up doing the 1 or 2 scenes for Brazzers, and they liked my work, and they offered me a contract to come back out for them. And I've been with them ever since.
Well, and you can't turn down opportunities like that too often. Being a contract star, not a lot of your general folks realize this, but it gives you stability.
Yeah, it does. It gives me great stability. I'm contracted to 20 scenes a month, but I also direct as well for Brazzers now. So I do another 10 scenes a month directly. So I'm booked solid 30 days a month, and I make a great wage from Brazzers. I'm paid very well, and also they put me out there a lot. My name is Brazzers are the company that have actually made my name what it is today within the industry.
Yes. Their marketing is just unreal. I mean, the way they market you. We did a quick web search and things of that nature, to get a little bit more background and things like that. And you're everywhere.
Yeah, they definitely put me about there. The 2 things that they've done quite recently is I was the first male performer to have a billboard on Sunset Boulevard on the Whiskey a Go-Go sign.
Right.
And also, a few months ago, they actually insured my penis for $1 million.
I was just going to ask, I heard you have a $1 million penis. What is a $1 million penis? What is that like?
It is, well, if you ask me, I couldn't tell you any difference. If you ask my partner, Kirsten Price, she actually says it's priceless.
Priceless.
That's her words. And Brazzers just decided I use my penis so much on a day-to-day basis is, we better take out some insurance on this thing in case it ever falls off or gets broken. So, I'm the first person to actually have that done in the world, actually. I didn't realise that.
Well, and see, that's another first. Voodoo is also on this show.
Yeah.
And he was the first man ever to have sex while skydiving. And you're the first man to have your penis insured for $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean...
we should have combined because, falling out of the sky and broke it.
Yeah,
Voodoo's a great guy. I recently, I'd only just come across Voodoo probably about 2 months ago, and we actually did a scene with Carly Montana and Madison Ivy.
Yes.
And I just got to say, he's a great performer, really great performer, and a really nice guy as well.
Yeah, and he told us a little bit about his daily routine and what he does. How does your day start? How do you get ready? You're going to be shooting that day. How do you get ready to go out and do the sex making that you do?
With me, my day starts pretty early. I'm normally up about 6:30 every morning because I have to make my calls back to England. I have a few different businesses back in England as well. And so, like every good Englishman, I wake up and my first thing is a cup of tea. I have to have a cup of tea in the morning to get my day rolling. And then as soon as I've done that, made my calls to England, then I make my calls to Canada. And I'm talking with the office about scenes that we've got coming up and girls that I'm booking or scripts that I might be writing. And then I'll probably leave about 10 o'clock just to make sure I don't hit the traffic in LA. And then I'm on set and I do my work, I do my scene, I come home, I'll go to the gym or I'll go hiking. And then I just do a little bit more computer work. And then I try and relax with my partner and just, you know, watch a movie or just chill out or go for dinner, something like that.
Well, you sound no different than the average Joe out there. Except you have a very interesting job.
Yeah, I think that's why, you know, one of the reasons why I've kind of been successful in what I've done so far is I've treated it as a job, but a very enjoyable job. Yes. You know, I love my work and I love doing my scenes. But I think you do find some people get carried away with the lifestyle. You know, sometimes you get thrown into the limelight and you're making this great money, and some people can make the wrong decisions and go up the wrong path. Yes. But you know, I'm a local lad from Derby, and I've got great friends back in England that have kept me grounded throughout my whole career. And I'm just one of the boys, even though, you know, I'm in a word an idol to them. I go out and have sex with some of the girls that they sit home and, you know, jerk off to.
Yes.
To them, I'm just the lad that they've grown up with all their life. Yeah. So it's good for me, you know. It keeps me very grounded and yeah.
Well, we did a casting call for this all-male show. I kind of put it out in public. We put it on Twitter. And Vicky Vixen came to us, an adult actress, and said, "You have got to have Kieran on your show." She wouldn't leave me alone. Bless her. I mean, she's absolutely a wonderful woman, and we love her to death. But she says, "You've got to have him on the show. He's such a gentleman."
See, I think it's the English manners.
Yeah, you treat people differently being from England. I've noticed that about a lot of my friends that are from the UK, specifically from England. We actually have quite a good listenership in the England area. Matter of fact, we've been in the news over there in England in the past month or so due to a sexual scandal involving somebody in some kind of little parliament over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got named.
That's great. No, I think porn's actually starting to take off a bit more in England now.
Yes.
Back in the day when I first, you know, started out, it was one man and a camera in a seedy hotel room. But you know, it's progressing a lot now, and they've got some great companies out there, and you know, some of the girls out there are, you know, beautiful, and they're great performers as well.
Well, and you can attest that even over the last, since you've been in 4 or 5 years, that the quality of porn in the United States is changing. It's becoming more cinematic. It's the last couple of movies I have reviewed, and I'm the head reviewer here at Adult Play Parlor. I catch myself going, "This is a mainstream film."
Yeah. One of this weekend I'm actually shooting for Digital Playground in their big feature this year. And one movie that actually stood out for me last year was one of Digital Playground's movies, The Fighter.
Yes.
And I've seen the trailer for that and actually seen the acting in it was superb. The girls were, you know, great. You know, the likes of Jessie, Riley, Caden, Stoya. They were absolutely amazing in it. And the director for that movie, Robbie D, is unreal.
And that film received a 5 out of 5 star review from us, which in the adult industry, that's hard to get.
Yeah,
especially from me.
Oh, is it? No, for me, I think everything in that movie was spot on. It was very realistic. You know, for me personally, I kind of I struggle to get into the parodies. I'm not a big fan of the parodies. Sometimes we shoot them on browsers, but we don't go into great detail like some companies do. But
Right.
like it's hard for me to watch an Avatar parody and kind of jack off to the girl when she's all painted in blue. It's just not my cup of tea.
Well,
Where
and you know what's funny is we're on both sides of this at Adult Play Parlor. The store version of our company, Adult Play Parlor. When that movie came out, Fleshlight dropped an alien pussy
yeah,
toy, and I was like, I don't think I could use this. This
yeah,
doesn't do it for me. So I understand right where you're coming from, and I'm sure a lot of our fans do, but there's also that sci-fi person out there
yeah.
that we know loves this.
Yeah, exactly. No, I do realise that. It's just my preference on it. But like I said, if I look at something like like the movie Fighters, to me that is, I think they hit it on the head. It's got that dramatic look. They've got the hot girls. They've got the great storyline and things like that. And I just think that was that to me. That's the parody so far that is the one to beat.
Well, and like I said, every movie I've looked at, and minus one or two, have truly. I mean, they're paying attention to lighting. The scripts are becoming better.
Yeah.
I mean, across the industry, it's not just one house. It's not just Digital Playground. It's not just Wicked. It's not just Brazzers. It's everybody's doing it.
Yeah,
They're stepping up.
Stepping up the game. I think people are seeing, other companies doing great movies, and so then they're putting that extra little bit of time and effort into their next movie, and then that's becoming a great big, blockbuster. Then so everybody's, still now trying to up one each other, but I think that's a good thing, really. It's great for the person at home watching.
Exactly. Now, with the press package that you sent over for us, your bio and everything was some great photographs. And I have to ask you, is it really champagne and cigars in the swimming pool all the time, or how do you like getting down at the swimming pool?
Normally, I'm just one of them. I took my swim shorts on, and I'm known for being a bit of a joker. I'm one of them. I like to dive bomb in the pool and that. I can't. It's not normally champagne and cigars. One, I don't smoke in. Two, I'm not a fan of champagne. Really, I'm more of a lager drinker.
Now, guys who listen to our show, and this is actually very interesting, and this has been pointed out by several of the men that have been on our show. The guys actually, when it comes to question and answer time, we put it out there on the internet, and people send in their questions. We actually get more questions from the public for the men than the women. Why is that?
I think, obviously majority of porn is watched by men. So they want to act out their fantasies through the guy. And, there's only so many questions you can ask a girl and be able to relate to. It's like, okay, who's your favourite guy to work with? With a guy, it's different. They can relate to the guy. They know the feelings. They know the emotions. They know, the pressures that they can be under and, what it takes. They want to know how do I last longer? How do I make my pop shot, more? How do I make it taste great? All these questions they want to know because they want to take them from somebody that's meant to be an expert in the field and take them home to the bedroom and try it out with their partners.
Yes. Well, and we have a segment of our show called The Average Johns, and it's where I get together with 4 average guys. Most of them are tech geeks, like playing video games, like the comic books. We always have a really good time together. And a matter of fact, when you listen to the show on, when it airs the 23rd, you'll get to hear us talk about some of this stuff. And one question that was posed to them, and I'm going to pose it to you, is we have a husband and wife team that sent in the question that me and my wife are looking at starting to do fisting.
Okay.
Do you have any advice for these folks?
I'd just say take it easy. Don't if it's hopefully it's the gentleman fisting the lady, and if that's the case, just take it slowly. Don't go rushing in there. Just think, okay, we're gonna go fisting in. Take your time, build up lots of foreplay. Get your partner nice and relaxed, and do all the things that pleasure her, and have her at ease first, and that should hopefully open everything up for her, and just take it nice and slow.
Well,
Take your time. Never hurt anybody taking your time.
oh yeah. I mean, anything worth doing in the bedroom, it's worth taking your time.
Exactly.
Now, just like elite athletes, like regular movie stars, as adult stars, people may not realize, but you guys have to work out. You have to have a great diet.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of your diet routine. How do you eat?
So normally in the morning, I get up in the morning. I'll have just oats for breakfast. Sometimes it's hard to especially when you're on set, is dealing with your lunch, because good old porn sets, and I think any sets that you'll go on, they like to order in big bulks of fast food, so to speak. So your pizzas, your pastas, and everything's just there. So it's hard to actually eat healthily while you're on set. But when I come home, I'm big, especially with the California weather. I'm a big fan of just grilling on the barbecue, having a salad, and like I said, I'm into the Bikram yoga. I like doing the old Bikram yoga, and also I play soccer still regularly out here.
So, I mean, it's fairly easy. I mean, living in California to stay in shape. I mean, you have to be in shape just to go to Disneyland. In California, from what I've seen, every time I go there, there's gorgeous people everywhere.
Yeah, it's definitely a city where you've got to make an appearance, that's for sure, and look your best, shall we say.
Now, when Karen Lee goes out on the town, that's always another thing. What do you like to do? Is there a party lifestyle? Is it more get together with the friends and go to the pub?
Yeah, it depends. I have two different lives really. When I'm in America, I'm very concentrating on work. I'm not a big fan of going out in LA as much. I'm very much like just go out for a nice meal, and or just go to the movies with friends, or just go bowling. The normal stuff. When I go back to England in my hometown, that's when I pretty much live in the pub, because I'm there with I've got a very close group of friends, so they all make the effort to come out when I'm back, and so we go out to the local pub that I grew up in really when we was younger growing up. So we're there a lot, and going to the football matches and going to the bars afterwards.
Now, what's the name of your favorite pub? Let's share that with everybody here.
It's called the Panther in Little over in Derby.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know that one, but I know a couple around in that area, but I hadn't heard of that one.
No, the Panther. That's where it all started. That's where I started going. I shouldn't say this, but I started going when I was underage. When I was like 15, 16, I used to pretend I was older than I was, and we drank in there for years.
Well, and what a lot of people don't realize is that the UK is a lot more relaxed on liquor laws.
Yeah, it's only you only have to be 18, not 21 in England.
Yeah, and most of the time I've been around Europe, and I've walked down the street and seen people under 18 drinking, and really, the cops there don't really give them a hard time as long as they're not creating a problem.
No, I think they don't. I think as well, when you can drink from that early age, you kind of, by the time when you're in your 20s, I don't think you go as crazy. I know I didn't. It's, when you're told you cannot drink till you're 21, as soon as you're 21 and you're legally able to drink in America, I think that's when you have the binge drinking and people go, crazy. And I think that's where it can get dangerous at times because people consume too much.
Yes, we call that times in our lives college.
Okay.
That's where we spend most of our good educational years, is in that binge stage.
Okay.
So, well, let's go ahead and take a break at this point. And I've got a little blinking red light on my phone saying that we are going to have an additional special guest when we come back. And so, Karen, what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple second break here, and we'll be right back.
Great. Okay.